a blanket open house that you've sat at all day long and nobody showed up. Because I'm telling you right now, you're an idiot, don't do it. There will be somebody in here that decides to have an open house and it's going to work for them and nobody will show up. Here's the scoop. Everybody else thinks somebody else is going to come. And you're crazy to spend a whole day anyway out of your family time, your personal time, whatever, to sit around waiting for people. We aren't a true retail store. That's why we love what we do, right? So I book private shopping appointments. And so I would encourage each of you by the end of October to have whatever display you're going to have up. Because from then until the end of Christmas, or to Christmas, you book private shopping appointments. And they are every week, any day, whenever you choose and whenever works for them. The problem with an open house is that you set it for 1 day or even 2 days. And what if 5 of your best customers are out of town, but you held it on those 2 days? So it's personal phone calls, and I'm going to give you some dialogue about that tonight. But you want to book an appointment just like you would a skincare class or a facial. That is how important it is, so that they show and that it's their private shopping time, okay? So those are some things that we're going to talk about tonight. First off, let's go over our strategies. I have 4 strategies that I want you to consider for this Christmas. The first one is private shopping appointments. These are some of the most lucrative appointments that you can have, and I will explain in a little bit kind of how I work a private shopping appointment. The second thing that I want to encourage you to consider is holiday shows, holiday coffees. They really are whatever you want to flip and call them. And I'm going to kind of give you an agenda of what you might want to do. The third is gift-giving services for businesses, husbands, family, and friends. That kind of can gel in with your private shopping appointments, but the gift services for businesses and husbands don't. And the third is just being on purpose to do holiday classes and holiday makeovers, because your classes the whole time are skincare's based on getting their skin ready for the holidays so they don't have a big zitty face for the holidays, right? And the second is to get their new glamour looks, because this year, and I've never tapped into this, but I knew several people that went to high school reunions, their 20th. And maybe it's because of my age that I knew all these people. But whatever your age is, there's going to be a hot year for you. And all of them wanted makeovers, and they wanted to be ready for their high school reunions. So summer's a good time for that. But everybody can play for holidays. And people now, I think, because of the times, I think we're going to see this year some parties come into the home where people maybe go out and are, because the business parties are kind of by the wayside. Companies aren't paying for those anymore. But I've seen an increase in the last several years. We call them home parties, where people invite and have big Christmas parties in their homes. So people want their holiday look for that. Or simply just so they look pretty on Christmas Day. I don't shower on Christmas Day, but some women do. That's their problem, right? So, I'm going to kind of give you a skeleton of a plan of action, okay? Number 1 is, if you aren't using a weekly plan sheet or a calendar, I can't encourage you enough. And I have always used my calendar, and how I work it is, and this is how I work it year-round, but you'll really want to do this to be on purpose with your holiday appointments. I highlight my pink time, and that is how I make sure it happens every single week. So I don't know what your schedule is, but I'm sure each and every one of you wouldn't be here tonight if you hadn't carved out some time every week where you're going to work your Mary Kay time. And I just encourage you to get your calendar out and highlight it through the end of the year, and you highlight those time commitments that you can work your Mary Kay business, even if it's just 3 hours a week. It's critical you do it so it happens. Now let's say your 3 hours is, you're looking at Tuesday and you decided to work your business from 12 to 3 that day and you have nothing booked. Then you book. So it doesn't matter what you have or don't have going on, it's time that you're going to move your Mary Kay business further ahead, okay? So that's the first plan of action, is you've got to schedule the time that this is going to happen and the dates that work for you and your family. The second is, you need to pick 1 or 2 of those strategies that you're going to do. My personal strategy, my first Christmas, was I did private shopping appointments and I did gift-giving services. That was just my 2 that I chose. It didn't mean I stopped having skincare classes, but those were the 2 ways I was going to focus on holiday sales, okay? I never really got the feel for holiday coffees. I think they're great and people have success with them. I just chose not to do that. And I didn't really get into the holiday makeovers so much. I was still really pursuing just my skincare classes. And then if they wanted a glamour follow-up, I called it a holiday follow-up, but it really was just what I did all year long, okay? So keep in mind, this is a supplement to what you already do. This is a way to make some screaming easy money. This will be selling, this is so similar to selling drugs to an addict at Christmas. I'm sorry, but it's easy. All you have to do is be willing to open your mouth and take some time to do it. Everybody, for the most part, celebrates Christmas, and they're buying from someone. They've just never bought from you, maybe. And so it's up to you to schedule that time and open your mouth, because the taking is out there, okay? And as I've watched, I was looking down 98, we've had so many gift shops close and little stores like that. Well, that just means there's a bigger need for me and you, because where are they shopping this year? The retailers they have always shopped at aren't necessarily there. So keep that in mind. Number 3 is, I want you to take into account, as you highlight, all the personal stuff. When you're going to travel with your family, when you're going to be doing your cooking and all that. Because as you get closer to Christmas, you don't want to be angry that you have all this coming down and you never budgeted any time to do your holiday personal stuff that you want to do. So put that time in there. Set specific goals. And I want you to put dollar signs by this. Dollar, 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 dollar signs. I want you, and I don't care what products we have. I don't want you to even think about that. I don't want you to think about selling 12 Days of Christmas baskets. I don't want you to think about that. I want you to write down right now, if you could have any amount of extra money for Christmas, $500, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000. I don't even care what you're going to do with it. You might go get 2 years of waxing. I don't care. I want you to put your dream number down. What would you wet your panties over if you could make that amount of money? And I'm talking profit. This is